Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to our tonight's European Study Talk. As we all know, probably since the recent year, Germany has become the most popular country for international students, not only because of its quality in research and teaching, but also probably some life balance quality as well. And tonight, we are gonna discover what are those opportunity offered by the Technical University of Ilmenau. And we have two speakers tonight. The first of all will be Mr. Stephan Fischer from the International Study Advisory Service, and also Mr. Yi-Chun Hsu. He is currently the student at a school, and he's also one of the member of Taiwanese Student Association. So let's welcome him.
Yes, so thanks for your very warm welcome. Just thanks for having the option to introduce our university to all interested participants of today's seminar. I like to introduce myself again. My name is Stephan Fischer. I'm a part of the international office of the TU Ilmenau, the international study advisor. In this function, I'm visiting international fairs, currently online. Else I would enjoy to get to know your country. However, I'm proud and I'm happy just that we have the option to introduce our university to you today. I like to hand over to one of our students. I'm glad about Yi-Chun following the session today, just to give you more and from his own impression and experience, more knowledge about the university. So welcome.
I'm Yi-Chun Hsu, Chinese name Yi-Chun, and I'm currently studying in TU Ilmenau, Technische Universität of Ilmenau, in the third semester. Yeah, and also I'm currently the president of the Taiwanese students in Ilmenau. So yeah, thanks for having me here. And I'm really happy to introduce my own university to you guys. So yeah, and have fun.
So yes, many thanks. We like to start our presentation. Like to give you some first impression of the TU Ilmenau and like to give you some basic facts. The first question we often get is a question, where is Ilmenau? Well, Ilmenau is a small town in Germany, and that's why it's not so well known. However, the university has a lot of advantages. You find Ilmenau in the federal state Thuringia. You can see here the map of Germany, and in the center, the orange highlighted field is our federal state. And you might know some well-known cities like Jena, Weimar, Eisenach, Gotha, and our capital, Erfurt. And Ilmenau is a small town in the south of Erfurt, 50 kilometers in the south. There is a train connection, and it's directly placed on a motorway. So Ilmenau has 37,000 inhabitants only, so really small. But this in the end leads to a, how to say, real familiar and convenient place. We will come back later to this. We feel about our university, which is also our aim, to reach an innovative teaching. You know, one of our main topics is engineering, technical fields, but not only. However, especially in these fields, there are fast changes in using the technology in the media and so on. And so there's a lot of innovation also in development, and we try to transfer that also into the teaching. So this is related to the research with partners, research at our research labs on the highest level. And of course, we like to be compared with international and with really high standards. One of the main topics you also will find in studies is interdisciplinarity. No studying, no research, no science without this. This is really, really a basic and important thing. And what we especially aim to is to have a atmosphere, a good atmosphere of working together, of cooperating in all the things we are doing. So the vision of a cosmopolitan campus family, that's what we are having and what we are living. As said, the city is small, and as well as the university. We have about 5,000 plus students, but we're extremely proud about the more than 30% of the students are international students from at least around 100 countries. 1,700 currently students are just international students. And you see here, there is the number of professors, nearby 100, the academic staff. And this, in the end, leads to a really, really close and familiar atmosphere. Also, if you try to connect the professor, it's not so far away as maybe in big universities. This is the structure of our university, and this also gives an idea about the fields of research and the fields of studying. There is the computer science and automation department. We have electrical engineering and information technology, as well as mechanical engineering. There is Department of Mathematics and Natural Science, and Economics and the Media. And just if you would study at the university, you would be enrolled in one of the departments. However, your studies would come from a different departments. It's interdisciplinary. And so this is a view to our main lecture hall. And this is, my moment. I'd like to hand over to Yi-Chun. My question, because I'm surprised as well and really curious about, why did you choose TU Ilmenau, and just how did you get to know about the university?
Before getting, at the start, at the beginning, I would like my plan is to study in Germany. And I did some research, and I found out TU Ilmenau is actually a really good university, and also which match my interests of studying. And also TU Ilmenau also offers you don't requires really high notes of German tests, so that I can directly go to university. Directly, I don't need to take another year to do a German test or do my German test again, or in order to get better notes. So, and compared to other university, TU Ilmenau is actually a really, really good choice. And also the what I'm studying now is mechatronics and mechatronics. Mechatronics in Ilmenau is also one of the best, compared to other university in Germany. The mechatronics in Ilmenau is really the high rating. So I think that's the main reason that makes me to join TU Ilmenau, the big family. Yes.
Okay, yes, thanks for your information. Then I like to go on with our presentation, and just like to inform you about studying at the TU Ilmenau. There are three fields of studying and learning. This is one hand engineering, this is mathematics and natural science, and this is also economics and the media. And there are several programs I like to inform you about now. You see here an overview about the bachelor programs in the mentioned fields. There is in the engineering, of course, you have the classical engineering fields like electrical engineering, like mechanical engineering. However, there are new and modern study courses. Mechatronics is one which really is interdisciplinary and has just a huge meaning currently in technology. There is automotive engineering, biomedical engineering, which is a connection of technical fields and medicine. This is also really interesting. Computer science, computer systems engineering, media technology, and also material science. So there's a broad range. You should know that all of our bachelor programs are offered in German language. That means if you like to study, then you need to learn German, and you need to prove it before you can enter your course. There is a field of mathematics, natural science. We offer biotechnical chemistry, mathematics, and technical physics. And there is also the economics and the media with applied media and communication science, business administration with technical orientation, then business information systems, media economics, and industrial engineering. So you see that we often have an interdisciplinary connection between the courses, e.g. in economics or in physics with technical fields. Just we like to have interdisciplinary scientists here. So in the master programs, you have the same fields, partially different courses, and you see some courses here are highlighted. Those courses are offered in English language. So this is communications and signal processing, micro and nanotechnologies, research in computer and systems engineering, the media communication science, which is, by the way, the only study course that graduates with the Master of Arts, same as well in the Bachelor of Arts. However, all other courses are graduated with the Master or Bachelor of Science. And the International Business Economics is also an English one. So those courses can be studied completely in English. All others, also in the Masters, require German skills. There is just an add-on. Some of the courses have, in a partnership with an international university, double degree program. That means you study a part of the studies at our university in Ilmenau and a part of your studies in the partner university in the related country, depending on the course, depending on if it is a bachelor or master degree. However, in the end, you can reach, if you choose, if you like, the final degrees from both universities. Of course, there is an option to do scientific work and scientific jobs, to earn a doctor title, to do a doctorate, to come here for a postdoctoral position. However, this is too much to give it just in detail just here. I'd like to inform you about the admission or recognition requirements. I know that recognition of secondary school leaving certificate is always a question, just especially for the bachelor programs. There is a database called Anna-Bean, just free available in the internet. You can see more information at Study in Germany DE or the DART entrance qualification database, just to see how we make it. We are completely following this Anna-Bean database with our admission decision. Application works directly at the university online. There is an online applicant portal. You create your own account, and then you can submit your application from this. And yes, one question that's always really interesting is study preparation. In a Studienkolleg, there's a pre-study course possible depending on your school leaving degree. There is only some facts. You need to apply for the study course, not for the Studienkolleg directly. The Studienkolleg responsible for TU Ilmenau is not directly in Ilmenau. It's in a city 100 kilometers away in Nordhausen. And this is a public Studienkolleg. That means there's no study fee, except for a service fee, which yes, supports student services in general. Application, as said, is possible easy online. For the bachelor programs, of course, you need to have an accepted school leaving degree and the basic German skills B1 to be allowed to apply at all. In this case, you would get a conditional admission to go on learning the language, or with C1 language level to enter the courses directly. In the master programs, it's nearby. You need minimal B2 skills to get conditional admission. C1 is the same. However, the language depends on the language of the course. Let's come to the study costs. For getting the visa, students need to provide just a cost for 1 year in advance, mostly in a blocked account. And the current amount, the monthly expected amount is 860 euros, which is 10,300 and around euros for the blocked account. However, once you're here, living costs are not that expensive. Ilmenau is a small city. We do not have study fees. There are affordable rooms available directly on campus. So you have also easy access. You need to register for the room. And there is a small administrative fee, currently about 130 euros per semester. Else you have to cover your living costs, rent, health insurance, food, your personal things. There are also free of costs accompanying language courses, not study preparation courses. There are, but not free of costs. But once you're in a study, you can just improve several language skills beside free of costs. As said before, we just have a lot of interesting degrees to offer. Our graduates, 90% of our graduates overall just employed just within 6 months after completing their studies. There is just a special learning and intensive experience atmosphere here. We support our students. We are a modern university with just a tradition going back more than 100 years. However, a lot of buildings and a lot of labs are really on a newest and modern stand. Affordable costs of living, I told you about, and there is also positions in the rankings. Related to a smaller university, we are not the world famous and not the world known. However, we have some really interesting specialities. And yes, this is the moment to ask again, Yi-Chun, what is your study experience just here in the university? Can you give us information about how was your start, how you're feeling now?
So at the start of the studying, I do have, like, to be really honest, I do have problems of, like, from studying, because of the language skill. Although, like, in 2016, I was an exchange student in Hamburg, and so I think my German is like well enough to understand everything, but however, in study, it's another level. So I need to spend time in order to get to know what the professors want to teach us, and need to, like, take more time than the other students of studying. But although, like, it sounds like really hard, but actually I have a lot of fun doing this, because most of the students in the university, they are really friendly also to international students. They really try to explain and try to help you in a lot of subjects. So from study parts, although it's a little bit hard, but I think it's still, it's all good. So, and also, let me take a look. Oh, and also, like, how I feel now in Ilmenau, like, I feel now in Ilmenau, I feel it's really comfortable. Although, like, the German government suggests 860 euros for the living fee, but actually in Ilmenau, just like Mr. Fischer said, you don't need that much money to able to live in Ilmenau. It's just the suggests monthly fee from the government. So actually in Ilmenau, you don't need to pay that much, and also the living cost, it's really low. And also, like, if you live in campus, to compare with other big city like Hamburg, like Berlin, the fee is also, it's like really low. So actually, no, like, don't be afraid of living here. Like, it doesn't cost that much. I think that's all.
Okay, thanks for that impression. Yeah, I like to add just we are just Ilmenau, I said, is a small city in a green. There is nearby just there is a Thuringian forest, and just the mountains or the hills, it depends how you like to say it, are just nearby. You can easily walk around in the nature. And the university is a campus university. There is a main campus. You see just a part here in the picture. You see in the middle, the buildings with the red roofs are the older ones. Everything around is new. And this is how to say, we call the upper part of the campus, just on a hill. Down on the hill, there are the dormitories for the students. There is, I guess, the final picture in the presentation. You can see again, you can see the sports field. There is just also a gym. There's a lot of things you might enjoy here. And inside the administrative service fee you pay every semester, there's also a semester ticket, which allows you to travel by train for free through Rinja to whole our federal state. That means you are free to explore the big cities around. Yeah, and so it's easy and nearby. What I like to inform you about is the kind of living here. And this is a special thing for Ilmenau, based a lot of activities of our students themselves. There are huge amount of things and activities. You see, e.g. initiatives. The team StarCraft might be an example for, how to say, subject-related initiatives. This is a team of students constructing racing cars. They take care in competitions with that cars. And this is not only, how to say, a group of technology freaks. It's really interdisciplinary. We're coming back to the word. Just to have such a group, of course, there is everything needed. There's electronics needed. There's material science needed. To have a real small and good driving car. There is it's needed to make marketing for that team, just to get finance, to get support, all these things. So a lot of study courses and a lot of students from different disciplines are involved. Same as we have a lot of cultural activities. There's a choir, there's an orchestra, there's student radio and student TV, and a lot of things to do. By the way, the oldest student radio in Germany just is placed at the TU Ilmenau. Sports, there are more than 100 different options to make sports. And making these activities is just from my point of view, from my experience, the best option to get in contact with other students, also with German students, which is really, really important for international to open, yes, communication ways. And this is going on, of course, with special events you will get to know once you are in Ilmenau, just like a Bergfest, which is usually meaning in the whole process of the studies, the middle. This is so, how to say, you might say the Berg is mountain. It's so the peak of the mountain in the middle, and there's a lot of activities. There are festivals, there are conferences, international conferences also every 2 years. Everything's organized by students. And we are really proud having a student team. A lot of students are volunteering in the cooperation and support of international students. We have a so-called We4U team with tutors, with staff from the international office, and just we like to contact you before the studies, give information, support arrival. There's a buddy program, orientation week, a lot of things, also tutors in the dormitories, and we are making events, how to say, to have a platform for communication. Got to know each other, and no one should be lost. It requires, of course, also your activity. However, there is a lot of offers related to this. And this is, in the end, what declares the special atmosphere and also the international, intercultural atmosphere here on campus. So you will never be alone, and you will always get support. This is what we like to say. Yes, this is just the moment again to hand over to you, Yi-Chun. What are you doing in your free time? May I ask you, can you give an example to our audience?
Okay, so let me I have something to say, just like We4U, We4U, the club, they give you a lot of help while the semester starts. So such as when I start, I know like no one, but I met like the first few friends from We For You's events. So don't be afraid. TU Ilmenau will always like supports you and always give you friends, and you will always have the events. Okay, so back to the topic. In my free time, I personally didn't join a lot of club. Although like the clubs in Ilmenau, like there's a lot of like the varieties is like huge, but and in the clubs you can learn also unique skill and practicing it, and also meet new friends. Me personally, I joined the basketball team of Ilmenau, which is we play games like every weeks and against the other against the other cities. And also I personally I play electric guitar and electric bass, and me and my friends, we do some jamming sections, like friends gather around and we play some music, enjoy our times, and reduce our stress from the study, although there's not much stress. Yeah, and then also it's also really fun because I live with some friends, and we do some like small activities. We play board games, just like today, like tonight, where I'm going to play like we have a board game night with some of the friends. So it's really easy to do fun stuff while you're free time, and the gathering, everything, it's just perfect for me. Yeah, I think that's what I do in my free time.
Okay, yeah, many thanks. And I can add just I myself studied here electrical engineering a while ago, and I also just got to love the place, got to love the university by joining these cultural activities, student clubs, and so on. And once you start to get to know other people in here, this is going on then step by step automatically. So yes, we're in the end of our presentation from my side. Many thanks to Yi-Chun. However, you are still here just to answer questions. This is just again a view to our campus. Just to the right side here in the picture, you see the area you have seen before, with most of the teaching and university buildings. To the left side, you see most of the buildings are dormitories on campus. In the middle, you see the sports field, and behind there's nature reservation area. And yes, in the back, you see a little of the Thuringian forest. And yes, the options to feel well in our place. I hope we could make you a little curious about our university, but now I like to hand back to the moderator, and we are open and your questions are welcome. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Yi-Chun, for bringing us like different perspectives of the school. Now let's welcome the questions from the audience. Please feel free to leave your message at the QA part on your Zoom application. All right. So first of all, since we have a student here, probably since you have shared experience already, but like, may I ask your background back in Taiwan? Are you still are you also an engineering student in Taiwan? Probably in university.
Okay, like this is my story. So in 2016, like my family, like I think around in 2015, my family and I, we planned to study in like not in Taiwan but somewhere else. But in order to get the German's language skills to B1 to C2 to C1 at least, my family decided to send me to Germany and let me like stay for a year, and in order to get the German skill. And that works out like really great. And I also have a guest family here. And after that, I finished my high school 3 years after 2016. And in 2020, I do the applications I apply for the University of TU Ilmenau. So in between, like I'm just graduated from my high school, and then this is my third semester. So I think that's how the whole stories of So I'm not in any university yet. I'm come directly to TU Ilmenau.
Yeah, at the first step, I'm just wondering what do you think, like, the differences or probably similarities between the education or the schools, the school life, campus life, between Taiwan and Germany? What would be the most challenge for you when you first arrive in Germany?
The most challenge part, I would say, I wouldn't say like the language should be the most challenging part for me, but um, like when I got my Germany level, like it's pretty good already, but still, while the communications you learn. So I think it's not that challenge for me because I can already speak. But for the other students which haven't, which can speak that good, I would say it might be a little bit challenging. And from the campus life, I really enjoy the life here. It's like really ideal. I think I decide the perfect university for myself because I do love nature, and for me, living in Ilmenau is really perfect. And the campus life, you feel free to do anything, and you don't have any like you don't need to be afraid of doing what kind of decisions. And there's a bunch of events that you can join, and such as Innova, which was held like a month ago, which is a fair of what it called. Yeah, it's a fair, and the student can join and to learn stuff and everything. And there's club, everything. Yeah, I mean, it's really good.
I would like to add something if possible. Well, just great to hear. Just in our experience, there's also another challenge which comes by, how to say, different education structures, maybe not sure how to say. Definitely, just once you study in Germany or just or at TU Ilmenau, you have the full responsibility. So there is the teaching plan, the schedule is a proposal. You are in charge to decide to stand up and to visit the lectures. There's no check, there's no control. It's completely up to you. It's completely up to you to decide which exams you like to make in the end of semester. There's a recommendation, and if you follow the recommendation, you will be able to study in time and finish in time. However, there are options to do different things. You can choose other lectures from other study courses. However, you will only get the degree if you fulfill your own one. And so there's a high rate of disciplinarity and a good time management needed to face all these challenges. And beside, of course, you're completely responsible for all of the living things like buying food, buying clothes, washing, cooking, expect for you want to go to the Mensa, to the student restaurant. And this, how to say, especially for young people which come directly after school, this is a challenge. This is also a challenge for German students. However, they have their parents relatively nearby, so they can get a faster and closer support. And I guess this might also be a huge challenge for international students in general.
Yeah, that's really true, because like I do, like the students do need to have like there is like their own responsibility to plan all their stuff, to manage the time. That was also like really hard for me, because in Taiwan everything we planned it from the teachers and everything. And also the living is also really like quite like you need to learning from living, I would say.
Of course, since like the school or the life give you more flexibilities, which means you're gonna take more responsibility for yourself, for either of a life or study or for your future. So as for future, uh, probably we can have some information about working in Germany. Like for example, what would be like as a foreign student or international student, can I take part-time job in Germany, or what would be the limitation if they do?
Well, maybe I can answer. There are two aspects of that. One's yes, you're allowed to work, and included in the visa or later on in the residence permit, you have an automatic working permit which allows you to work 120 days per year or 240 half days per year. The idea beside is studying is your main job, and half-time work is allowed, and this is also how to relate it to the 120 full or 240 half days. This is just definitely allowed. There is some limitations, additional limitations in the study preparation during the study in the language course. You are allowed to work only in the semester break, however. A lot of students fund their studies that way. They come just with the first amount on a blocked account we talked about earlier, and then how to say, step by step, they work. It's difficult and also a challenge to find the balance between working and studying. Else it can happen that working beside negative influences your study progress. However, this is the most common way to fund the studies, except for there is scholarships, except for there's money from the family. Second, just once graduating in Germany, independent from a bachelor or a master's degree, you get a job seeking permit for 18 months. This is proved and you will get it. So you can decide just to make your first steps in a job field in Germany or not. There is, if you like to stay or if you like to go back to your home country later, there is a permit and you can do the seeking for 18 months and then having a job, decide if you want to switch to a job visa or not.
So let's extend it a little bit more. Does any program probably require internship during the study, like mostly probably in master programs? And does the school provide any like career service or career support for international students?
Well, this is something that we are just currently constructing. There are some supports. You mentioned internships. We prefer having practice experience during the studies, and this is mandatory, especially in the bachelor programs. However, coming back, you are responsible for, but you can just get information, get support from your professors about company contacts, by your examination office, but also by other students. And in the master programs, there are no mandatory internships. However, just most students work beside. And of course, you can do a voluntary internship. We are just currently starting since one semester just was building up a career service for international students. And since some years ago, we have it in a federal state through Rinja, just in Erfurt, is set 50 kilometers to the north. You can use a train for free by semester ticket. There is a special agency supporting the job application, the job preparation for international students, just with the aim to keep you here in the region, as we also need skilled staff here in the companies.
Before we finish this session, can we invite Stephan to probably recap again what will be the requirement for application either to bachelor program and also to the master program? Also, probably you can give us a picture like what would be the preferred qualification like TU Ilmenau is looking for from their candidate.
Okay. Well, there's first for the bachelor programs. In general, you need to prove your school leaving degree, which will be compared with a German Abitur, which allows you to visit a university in Germany. So there's always a comparison if it is on a same or nearby level, and this is the one thing. Also includes that to study in Germany, you need to be able to study in your own country as well. If this is not given, then it's also not accepted in Germany. And the second thing is, of course, the language skills. If you have special or individual questions, I only can ask you to contact me by the given email. I can give you this later on. However, there is the FAIR website. There you can get the contacts. For the bachelor programs, you need to have minimum B1 in the language and C1 to get direct access. For application for the master's program, you need minimum B2 in the language and direct access with C1. For the master's programs, you need to prove your school leaving degree, which needs to be accepted, and your bachelor's degree, what is the requirement for master's degree. And the bachelor's degree, of course, needs to be accepted. It needs to be on an accredited university university. It needs to have the credits and the content. In the master's programs, there are special subject-related requirements. Your bachelor or your former studies in general needs to be in a nearby or in the same field just to get entrance and acceptance for those degrees. And yes, application, as said, we have our own applicant portal. Create your account. Then you have a mix of forms to fill in personal data and upload areas to upload scans. There is a processing fee for the application of 25 euros. And yes, then you will get one of the admissions, direct or just conditional one, or just, of course, in case it does not fit, we need to reject it. So that's the way. I hope this is enough as basic information. I guess we're running a little out of the time. Yeah.
I would like to provide like the short, like from the applications for the bachelor programs, like the students in Taiwan which want to study in Germany is like we need to pass the general scholastic ability test, which we call 学测. For 53 points. You need to get at least 53 points to study in any university in Germany. Yeah, that's the information.
All right, I think that's all we have for today's question parts. But we have Stephan. Stephan's contact information, email, on the screen with us here. So in case you have any questions or you are not sure whether you're applicable to applying for any program at EUT Ilmenau, please feel free to contact them or contact the school, or you can probably find the program contact person in order to know more about information about the school or your application. The last thing, Stephan, what will be the next intake for semester in 2022?
Well, just we have 2 semesters, starting summer semester on April 1st and winter semester on October 1st. All our bachelor programs starting in winter semester in October only. And there the next application period runs from January 16 to May 15. And the application period for the master programs is the same. However, some of the master programs also start in summer semester, not all, but some. And for those who start in summer semester, there is an application period from July 15 up to November 15. So that means everything available next year. For the next winter semester, January 16 to May 15.
Okay, very good. All right. The very last thing, Yi-Chun, do you have anything you can just say, give some advice for your future student with your schoolmates in the future? You can either like give them the advice in English or Mandarin. It's up to you.
Like feel free to apply for TU Ilmenau, because TU Ilmenau, like for me personally, I really like this university. And I really enjoy my time here, so feel free. And if you have like any questions, like individually, like you can also ask me. And I also have a podcast about my students' life actually in Ilmenau. So if you guys are interested, you guys can search on like Apple Podcasts or something. Yeah, I do.
What would be the podcast channel called?
Yeah, it's called. Let me take. It's called 话匣子. Like you can
search
it on on Apple Podcasts. I'll show like a small picture of it. It looks like this. This is how my like podcast looks.
It's called 话匣子.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a quite awkward name, but yeah. Yeah, if guys are interested in student life in Germany, like you can listen to my podcast.
All right, very good. So the last thing to say goodbye to our audience, first from Stephan and Yi-Chun.
Yes, just so many thanks for your kind moderation. From my side, really thank you, Yi-Chun, for your support. Nothing can be better than first-hand information. And of course, just to our audience, thanks for your interest. Thanks for joining. Stay curious, stay active, do the things for your life, and you're welcome to ask any question to us. And just, yes, study decision is one you make in your head, but in the end, also listen to your heart. If you can imagine to feel well in the place where you go to, independent from your country or from in another country, and then you will face a good decision. All the best to you from my side. Many thanks.
Stephan. Thank you, Yi-Chun, for joining us tonight. I would like to express our big appreciation for that. Just bringing us another perspective to Ilmenau, which is like it's not like something you will see like top ranking school, but it definitely help with a lot of students to get into practical side of their life and future. Thank you for joining us tonight. We hope to probably next year we can meet you in person and have our student to consult you in person as well.
Many thanks. All the best.
Thank you. Duncan. See you next time.